Good morning and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Castle Keeper Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, this morning's video, this is Thursday morning, is another in the series of character class spotlights for Castles and Crusades, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Illusionist. So, just so you know, in full disclosure, uh, these last two videos of Castles and Crusades were both actually recorded on Monday morning, as that's what I'm going to try to do from now on, is to do the two Tuesday and Thursday videos for Castles and Crusades on Monday mornings. That way they're ready to go and launch. So you will continue to see these at 6 a.m. on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. So with that set aside, let's go on now to taking a look at the Illusionist class. Now, first of all, this image that I have on here is just a phenomenal image. I absolutely loved it. I was like, I have to make that part of the cover here and the thumbnail. Um, Now, the image has changed in the more recent 8th printing of the Player's Handbook, and I will go to full screen to show you, which is a pretty awesome image as well. So here we have a gnomish illusionist as well. So just absolutely love the art that is found in Castles and Crusades. It is typically full color art and just phenomenal. I mean, you cannot beat these covers as well. I mean, they're just awesome covers on their 8th printing series of the Player's Handbook, the Castle Keeper's Guide, and the Monsters and Treasures book. So, without further ado, let's jump into taking a look at the Illusionist class. So here we go. The Illusionist is a intelligence-based prime requisite character class. In a profession where skill is measured by power, there are those magi who use their powers to make a mockery of reality itself. Rare indeed are the illusionists. These are spellcasters who use the arcane to blend and blur and twist what is with what may be. They ply the minds of others and twist desire and perception into deceptive and often deadly illusions. Faced with the illusionist's spells and incantations, few can unravel the truth from their own fears or desires. Greatly feared for their mind influencing spells, the illusionist is heralded as one of the greatest and most mysterious of the magi. There we have the original picture. An illusionist uses magic to alter the perceptions of others and even reality itself. The magic deceives the senses, creates false images and sounds, changes sensory qualities, affects the mind's perceptions, and in some cases fashions arcane energies into something real. The illusionist is an uncommon and more often than not underestimated type of spellcaster. They are greatly valued for their understanding of the mental caprices of most intelligent races. Illusionists are often found in high places of government, using their skills to enchant those of both high and low birth, twisting the desires of any that may be of use. Powerful illusionists make loyal soldiers out of brigands and fools out of professional military men, and can, with their magic, empower rabble to sweep trained armies from the field. A keen intelligence and a depth of perception known to most men are required for illusionists to master the complex relationships between magic, the mind, and the mundane. Further, an empathy for those around the illusionist is indispensable for the illusionist to create masterful illusions and to warp another's perception of reality. Any illusionist may choose any alignment. They are not bound to follow any particular creed, culture, or religion. They come from all walks of life due to their meddling in the minds of others. They frequently have a greater empathy for all castes of people than any of the other classes. Illusionists are generally untrained in martial warfare and are thus limited in their choice of weapons. In any case, most illusionists view the use of weapons as vulgar. It takes little intelligence, so they have convinced themselves to wield a weapon in combat so eschew them. Almost all spells require semantic and verbal actions, and these complex gestures and intonations cannot be performed unless the illusionist is free to move and speak. Indeed, any use of armor or shield prevents the illusionist from casting spells. The abilities. Spells. An illusionist casts arcane spells like a wizard. However, illusion magic is inherently different and requires a unique spell list. Like a wizard, though, an illusionist is limited to a certain number of spells of each spell level per day. The illusionist spells per day shows the number of spells per day an illusionist may cast. An illusionist must prepare spells before casting them. This is done by studying spells from a spell book. While studying, the illusionist decides which spells to prepare. Spell memorization and descriptions are covered in detail in the magic section on page 68, which I'll eventually get around to doing for everyone. The number of spells an illusionist has in their spell book at the beginning of play is equal to the number of spells they can cast at first level. Oh, I hear lawn. The lawn guy is out there today, so hopefully I can get through this before they get too close to the house. Um, Bonus spells are based on their intelligence. So, with an 18 or a 19 intelligence, they can memorize an extra third level spell as well as an extra second level and an extra first level spell. They basically go in ranges of 13 to 15 will give you an extra first, 16 to 17 will give you an extra second level spell plus the first level spell, and finally an 18-19 will give you levels 1, 2, and 3 inclusively. Sharp senses. An illusionist's innate ability to distinguish the real from natural imparts a +1 bonus to all illusion saving throws. Their bonuses increase to +2 at level 4, +3 at level 7, +4 at level 10, +5 at level 13, and a +6 at level 16 and beyond. They have the ability of disguise. Using magic and props, the illusionist can disguise himself and impersonate others. The effort requires 1d3 times 10 minutes of work. A disguise can include an apparent change of height and weight of no more than 1/10 the original. The castle keeper makes the character check secretly, so the player is not sure if the disguise is successful. Illusionists can use spells like Change Self to augment their disguise and give them a greater chance of success. The following modifiers are applied to disguise check when appropriate: a sex difference -2, race difference -2, age difference -2 per 10 years. Success indicates a disguise is good enough to fool normal observers. The castle keeper may allow a suspicious observer an intelligence check to see through the disguise. If the observer familiar with the person being impersonated, they gain a bonus of +4 to the intelligence check. If the person being impersonated is a close associate or friend of the observer, the check is made at +8. Additional disguise must be occasionally changed to remove suspicion. All right, so their prime attribute is intelligence. Their alignment is any. They have a D4 hit die. Their weapons are only club, dagger, dart, and staff. Armor is none. Their abilities of disguise, spellcasting, and sharp senses. As you can see here, they're basic to hit chart. They do not get a +1 until level 2. They will retain that +1 all the way through level 5. Then at level 6, they will get a +2 to their basic to hit, and it will go up to +3 at level 10 and above. So they never get more than a +3 basic to hit, and that further indicates their loathing for physical combat. There are illusionist spells per day, and I'm going to take a look at their first level spells, and then their I'm sorry, their 0 level spells, their first level spells, and then their highest level spells, their 9th level spells, just to give you an indication of where an illusionist would kind of start off with, and then what is some of the most powerful things that they can actually do. And I will make that switch in 1 second. Let me just make sure. Sometimes I have to do this back and forth switching to make sure that it switches over. And then let me double check. And yes, so now we are here on the Illusionist spells. And I will expand this. So they're 0 level spells. Remember, they only get a limited number of these. And once I get to the magic section, I want to double check to make sure that they can duplicate spells, because that's something that came up in a previous spell casting coverage of Spotlight. And in particular, I was looking at shamans for certain humanoid races, and they only get to use the same spell, like one spell, the same, like they can't use multiples of the same spell in a single day. And I want to see if that also applies to player characters. So let's get right into this. So they have Arcane Mark, they have Dancing Lights, they have Detect Illusion, they have Dragon Mark, creates a dragon sound on the other side of a door. They have First Aid, they have Ghost Sound, they have Influence, which is like a temporary charm. They have Light, they have Magical Aura, they have Message, they can whisper in communication at a distance. Mending makes minor repairs on an object. Prestidigitation performs minor tricks. Their first level spells, they can change self appearance, which was described in their disguise ability. Charm person, color spray, knocks unconscious, blinds, or stuns for D4 +1 creature per level of the caster. Darkness, daze, dragon armor, phantom armor grants a +1 AC to those touched. Dragon image does D6 damage, and erase. Mundane or magical writings vanish. Let's see if we continue. Yes, this is a continuation. We have the fairy glamour makes another appear as an illusionist. They have head fog. Victim suffers -4 to hit for 1d4 +1 rounds. Hypnotism, illusionary hounds. 2 hounds distract opponents. Minor dark chaos. Whip-like tendrils causing 3 points of damage lasts for 2 rounds. Obscuring mist. Read magic. See invisibility. Reveals invisible creatures or objects. Silent image. Undetectable aura. Ventriloquism, and wards temporary strength. Gives a +1 strength for 1 minute per level. Okay, let's take a look at the 9th level spells as I hear my lawn guy approaching closer. So they have astral projection, moves caster and companions into the astral plane. They have binding. They have clone, duplicates a creature. Dreaming, convinces subject they are dreaming. Heal, cures all damage and most everything else. Mind blank, polymorph any object. Power word kill, one tough subject or weak or many weak ones die. Wow, so it has an area of effect for many weak ones. pretty powerful spell. Prismatic Sphere, multicolored protective sphere. Regenerate. Subjects' severed limbs grow back. Really effective in Castles of Crusades, considering the critical hits charts in this. Symbol triggered runes have array of effects, and weird. Fearsome illusion kills subjects in area or deals damage. And there we have it. So as you can see, I mean, it's a very versatile yet powerful class once they get to that upper level, and they can cast ninth level spells, which they can cast until level 17. So it's going to take them quite a long time to be able to cast some of those some of those high level healing spells or power word kill, which is an very very powerful spell. So as you can see, the illusionist is a rare class to see around, but very versatile, very useful for the character group, and a very useful NPC to use as a castle keeper, and and possibly a very powerful adversary for the player characters to also have to engage with as well. So I hope you like this video. As always, please feel free to to comment and ask questions about the game system, about the illusionists, or about any other aspect of Castles and Crusades. If you hadn't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Like this video, share this video. Uh, spread the word out there about Castles and Crusades. I have really latched on to this game system as I'm currently running an AD&D First Edition campaign. But once this campaign hits around its 2 year mark or so, um, most of my party is looking to move on to different characters, and certainly a different system. I've already started integrating some aspects of Castles and Crusades into my AD&D First Edition campaign anyway, and so it will be, I think, a fairly easy transition for my very large player character group to come along with as well. So we're really looking forward to properly finishing out our current nearly 2 year long campaign with AD&D First Edition, and Castles and Crusades is by far my next fantasy role playing game of choice for long form campaign style running. So, as always, thanks for joining. Subscribe, like, hit the bell so that you'll get an alert on new uploads. And with planning these things out the way that I am, it is going to be very very consistent with the Tuesday and Thursday releases of each of these alternating character race spotlights and character class spotlights. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, thanks for popping in. Take care.